Sudhir for a long time, more than 20-25 years. He's one of our youth leaders who's actually groomed me up way back in the early 90s and late 90s. So we're very happy. He's also actually GBC has actually put him as the regional secretary for all the rural areas in Karnataka. He actually manages the different temples in Karnataka, outside Bangalore. He's also actually having a big congregation following. So it's a great privilege for us to actually hear from him, because we spent quite an amount of time in this moment with actually working with the GBCs, the Governing Body Commissioner in ISKCON. Also, he actually takes care of personally grooming many other devotees. Thank you so much, Sudhir, for joining, and then over to you.
Well, it's known as the regional secretary.
Regional secretary, yes.
Being the GBC.
Yes, bro. Thank you so much. So we thought actually, since this week is actually Janmashtami, we just had Janmashtami, Prabhupada appearance, Srimati Radharani's appearance, Radhashtami is going to come. You could actually take some time to talk about Krishna's pastimes, or anything you feel like giving it as instruction for the center. We have a budding congregation of about 100 people, 150 people, about 50 families. So it'll be nice to hear from you. Thank you, Prabhu.
If I go out of this screen, still you can see me?
Right now it's frozen. Your face is frozen right now. Yeah, now we're able to see, Prabhu. It's moving.
Okay, so you start now.
Yes, Prabhu, please.
Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha Namam Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Miniti Namini Namaste Saraswati Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashyata Deshatarini Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaur Bhakturinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So last Janmashtami, Prabhupada appearance, then we have the all glory festival of Srimati Radharani. When you said Krishna Leela, then I was thinking of the 82 Leelas in Krishna book. And those are the Leelas which happened for the entire external world, for the people in general. Hearing a couple of lectures from other speakers during the week. Krishna. When we say Krishna, then we remember Bhagavad Gita. And in Bhagavad Gita, one time in a discussion, Prabhupada asked some devotees, which is the most important shloka in Bhagavad Gita. So a couple of answers came up, Sarvadharman Parityaja, Manmana Bhav Mad Bhakto. Maybe one or two also said, Yada Yada Dharmasya. But Prabhupada said, no. The most important shloka is, Janma Karma Chame Divyam, Evam Yo Veti Tatvataha, Tyakta Deham Puna Janma, Naiti Mam Iti So Arjuna. He said, this is the most important shloka in Bhagavad Gita. You want to understand Krishna, then you have to understand this shloka. Tattvataha. Now that's a very heavy word. In tattva. So this appearance and activities of Krishna are mysterious, confidential, and even confusing. Because Krishna's pastimes, his appearance, he has done it for different, and the understanding is that for different people, it's understood in different way. For the ordinary people, he has presented himself in a particular way. Then for the philosophers, thinkers, in a particular way. Then for the spiritualists, in a particular way. And in spiritualists, there's the white. But for we have to understand Krishna following in the footsteps of Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So Krishna's Leela are of two kinds, Prakata Leela and Aprakata Leela, where he manifests and unmanifested. Now take the example, Krishna, Arjuna telling in Bhagavad Gita about Krishna. What is that? He says, Param Bhavam, Param Pavitram, Paramam Bhavan. So if he is Parabrahma, that means he is unborn, he is Aja. Then here we see Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Ei Nanda Tanuja Kinkaram Patita Ma Mishame Bhavam Buddho. He is unborn, but that is in the spiritual world. He is unborn. He is always in the 16 years of age. 16 is a very sweet age, isn't it? Everyone aspires to remain 16 all the time. I was reading one joke about a judge asked a witness, a lady, at her age. She said, I'm 16 years and 60 months. So this age 16 is so sweet. So Krishna never grew beyond 16 years. But here we see that Krishna is performing pastimes in Bhuloka. And in Bhuloka, he takes birth. But then that birth there is again the mystery.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, I think your voice is breaking sometime.
For the ordinary people, from the okay.
So Prabhu, can you put your laptop somewhere where it is strongest internet? So I think then we'll not face this issue.
Haribol?
Yes, Prabhu. So your voice was breaking, Prabhuji, in between. So you can, whatever device you are using, can you make it close to your internet connection wherever your Wi-Fi or...
Yeah, that's right. I brought it close. I chose another internet.
Okay, okay.
Now this is clear?
Yeah, this is clear, Prabhu.
Because the internet is close by.
Okay, Prabhu.
So Krishna's birth is a mystery. Because for the ordinary people, he is regarded as son of Devaki and Vasudeva. And that Yashoda and Nand Maharaj are his foster parents. And then you have Arjuna glorifying him. Param Brahma, Param Dhama, Pavitram, Paramam Bhavam. And then we have Chaitanya Mahaprabhu saying, Ei Nanda Tanuja. So who is who? So for Gaudiya Vaishnavas, we need to accept this. Einanda Tanuja. Tana means body. That who came from Nand Maharaj is that Krishna. So this Janma itself is a rahasya. He was not manifested to everybody as the direct son of Yashoda and Nand Maharaj. Therefore, his Janma is Divyam, not ordinary. He showed to the ordinary people that he came as Vasudev Krishna, 400. Everything intact. And at the same time, you see that his pastimes, what he did in Vrindavan, he was only doing pastimes for the pleasure of his devotees. There is a reference from Ramayana that Sita Devi one time she told Lord Ramachandra, "What is this, my Prabhu? All the time you are with a bow and arrow and killing and killing and killing. Stop all this killing." Because woman's nature is by nature very soft, compassion. So she didn't like all this killing by Lord Ramachandra. Lord Ramachandra, I can't give up my bow and arrow. This is my Leela now. Maybe in my next Leela, I'll give up. So Krishna, if you see in Vrindavan, he was again killing, but with bare hands. Never used any astra. Then also Srimati Radharani, oh, again you are killing. Are Baba, I am not having any astras. But again you are killing. So then Srimati Radharani, she said, okay, next Janma, next incarnation, I'll come and reside inside you to see that you don't kill anybody, whether with bare hands or whatever. So then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Radharani is the predominating personality in Krishna, in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and he spread the Harinam Sankirtan. So Krishna's appearance, you have to understand in Tattva, then only what will happen? Tyakta deham punarjanma. Some of us read like storybook Krishna's pastime, so you'll get storybook experience. But how many of us understand Krishna's leelas in Tattva? Krishna is saying, I am not revealed to anybody. Only by my Yogamaya Shakti, Atma Maya Shakti, I can be revealed to devotees. Even his name, form, guna, leela, everything is covered by Yogamaya. And she is the one who is covering him up. Even the Vrindavan now we say it is, Krishna is not there. Apakata, unmanifested. But still, for the pure devotee, it's the same Vrindavan. Nothing has changed. But there's a thin film covering, like X-ray film, it's being covered. And only for the pure devotee it can be revealed. That's anyway the later part. But when Krishna was personally present, he did his pastimes in such a wonderful manner, such a pleasing manner, such a sweet pastimes he had. He wanted only his pure devotees to enjoy it. Kunti Devi is saying in her prayers, my dear Lord, the whole real purpose of your coming to this world is that just by that you do such wonderful pastimes, and by doing such wonderful pastimes, we sit and hear such wonderful leelas, and by hearing such wonderful leelas, we get purified.
Yes.
And she's saying, this is how the process of Bhakti Yoga, you are introducing Bhakti Yoga to us. This is the most internal reason for Krishna's appearance. To introduce Bhakti Yoga. Had he not done any pastime, then where you would have heard now all these years, last 5,200, I think 64 years since his appearance. So the more we go on hearing his leelas, the more we get committed to Bhakti Yoga by purification in the heart. So this is how we need to understand. That his Janma and Karma in Tattva means that I need to get purified. I have to get purified by his hearing these pastimes. So Krishna consciousness is that process. So if you see these 5 aspects of Krishna, Nama, Rupa, Guna, Leela, which is the most important aspect? People say out of sentiment, they say that Krishna came in my dream and he gave this instruction, that instruction. No, that's all fanatism. What do you call phantom? What is that? Kupamai, what the word? Phantagamarism, something they say. The whole thing is about the holy name. And unless we don't perfect in the holy name, how can his guna, rupa, leela, dhamma manifest? One time Prabhupada was walking in Mayapur and then he was introduced to one poet. He said, I composed a very nice poet about Krishna. Prabhupada said, okay, speak. In between, the poet is saying, oh Krishna, please come dancing before my eyes. Prabhupada said, shut up. Krishna is not your order carrier that he should come dancing before your eyes. So this is pure devotee's vision. And if you see the Leelas of Krishna, he has very minutely, Prabhupada says, no, read my books very scrutinizingly. If you see some of the Leelas, it doesn't fit into this two-dimensional aspects of this material world. Physics will go for a fat. 1 billion gopis, they did Ras Leela in Chandra Sarovar for billions of years. 1 billion, you know how many gopis? How many human beings? How they could fit in? And everything stood still in Chandra Sarovar. Moon is still, time is still, and he's doing his Ras Leela there in Chandra Sarovar. You can see that parallel road from behind our ISKCON ashram. There is one place, Chandra Sarovar, where the blind Surdas, he has made his bhajan kutir. Nice setting is there. And then Dauji, Balram, he stands near Govind Kund. And there is a small temple there now, and there's a tree there now also. That time there was a bigger tree. And Balram used to see those pastimes hiding behind the tree. That place is known as Lukuluku Dauji. Lukuluku means chup chupke. Hiding behind the tree, he is seeing Krishna's pastimes in Chandra Sarovar. So how you can understand? So many people came, and UP is such a big state. Vrindavan is such a small village, and in that so many of these crores of gopis are there and they're doing Ras Leela. So that's why Divyam, not ordinary. Another instance of Divyam, Govardhan Leela. After all the Govardhan Leela is getting complete, the Govardhan festival is going on, then Krishna expands as Govardhan. He says, I am non-different from Govardhan. And with that one smack of his lips, he takes away all the Annakutas. And in one blur, one sip, that Manasi Ganga water is all over. And he expands himself and saying, I am Giri Govardhan myself. So from that pastime onwards, Govardhan and Krishna are non-different. And then Indra, you see, how he taught Indra a lesson. Indra, he was getting reports from all his messengers, where all his puja is going to happen. And then one of the messengers said, even in one small village known as Vraja Bhumi, Vraja Mandal, there is also some preparation going on for your festival. Indra said, what? Don't give me all these small reports. Give me the big reports. What Vraja Bhumi? Who are they? I don't care. When he said those words, Krishna heard it. Oh, so you are getting little heady, is it? You are offending my devotees, saying what Vrajavasis? You know, sometimes happens with our center managers and etc. etc. They all want to hear big reports, big book distribution, big preaching and all this. Don't give me small reports. Give me all big reports. Like that is our Indra. He wanted all big reports. When Indra spoke these words, what Prajavasis, what they can do. Chota, chodo. Give me the big ones, reports. Then Krishna said, okay, I'll teach you a lesson. He stopped the worship. And when Indra was so furious, he sent the Samvartaka clouds. You know, that cloud is such a huge, massive cloud. Somewhere I read, like so many dams put together. You open up all the dams, and how much water flows, so many thousands dams together. That much water this cloud carries. Then it started raining. Krishna could understand Indra is up to his mischief. So if you read the Krishna book, from Nandagram, he is running back to Govardhan after all the festivals is over. And if you read in the Krishna book and also in other book I read, Gopal Champu, not one drop of the rainwater fell on his hair or even on the path where he was running back to Govardhan to set up everything so that all the Vrajavasis come under the shelter of Govardhan. Don't think now Nandagram is 30 kilometers from Govardhan, so he had to run 30 kilometers. No. At that time, Govardhan was like, the entire Vrajabhumi is like lotus flower. When Krishna wants to perform any pastime, any place, those petals come together, closer, so that he just walks 4 steps, 10 steps, 20 steps. So when he came there, he made all the arrangements. And he called all the Vrajavasis, 4 lakh cows. Everybody, they all came and he told them, go below this cave, I'll give you shelter. Then you see another interesting pastime. See the rasa in between the Lord, Krishna and the gopis. The gopis started pulling his leg. Oh, but you are showing off too much. This big mountain, you are saying you'll lift it, huh? Okay, let's show your strength first. Let us see how much strength you have. Just see, the gopis are testing the Lord's strength. And Krishna, he didn't mind it. He says, oh, you want to see? Okay. He uprooted a big tree. Then he twisted the trunk of the tree like you twist the wet clothes to take out the water. He gave one twist to the tree. Then the gopis said, oh, acha, okay, you got the strength. Okay, no issues. Let's go. So here is the Supreme Lord. And he is submitting himself to the pure devotees. Simple village woman. He displayed his supernatural powers. At the same time, he showed his surrendering nature to his pure devotees. And then you see how Yogamaya is acting. Not one drop which fell on Brajabhumi, there was any flooding there. You know this Govardhan, even though it's a mountain, now say you are going with the umbrella on the rainy day, the rainwater falls on the umbrella, then comes and falls on the sides. Ultimately, you get your feet wet. But here, the rain is falling on the Govardhan, and where does its water go? It has to come below the hill. But does one drop of water seep into the caves where all these Brajavasis were sitting? Not one drop. So this is the beauty of Krishna. This is the Divya. And then it's further said, Govardhan size, the original size, I heard one time it's 34 kilometers long, 23 kilometers wide, 15 kilometers height. And here is a 7-year-old boy, and he's saying, I'll lift the Govardhan, you come, everybody come under it, and I will save you all. But the real tattva is Giriraj Giri Govardhan, out of his ecstasy, he lifted himself up from the ground and he came and placed himself on the left finger of Krishna. Out of his ecstasy. Who will understand this in Tattva? We all externally preach. Oh, you say you are God? Okay, lift something like Govardhan. Okay, lift a small stone. We speak externally like that, just to shut that guy up saying that he is God. But when you read this in Tattva, you understand these things and you feel so much bliss in hearing these pastimes. And mind you, I tell you, the trunk of the tree, one portion is still there in that village near Govardhan. That village name is known as Etha. And little ahead is that village of Petha, where Krishna revealed his 400 Narayan form. When he quietly slipped away from the Rasa Leela. And he assumed a 400 form. And the gopis came, they paid obeisances and said, Swami, have you seen our Krishna? So when we see all these pastimes, sweet pastimes happening, so this is the way that Krishna is trying to attract we conditioned souls. This is the word Krishna means. Krishna, one who attracts. Then the Jhulan Yatra. Prabhupada says, why Krishna is performing Jhulan Yatra? Who does Jhulan Yatra? Jhula? Who sits on the Jhula? All the young boys and girls. What does Jhula mean? Carefree life. Krishna is calling us, come to the spiritual world. This is how you'll enjoy. Simply go on the Jhula. You know Jhula, what it means? Being on the Jhula means carefree life. No tensions, no corona, no job threats, nothing. Come here, enjoy with me. So the whole purpose of Krishna's doing this Leela is this. That we have forgotten our relationship with Krishna and now he is again manifesting them. And then Acharyas will sit and write. Then we'll sit and read. And then we'll cultivate our Krishna consciousness. Then purification. All that will happen. Prabhupada took so much trouble to write Bhagavatam on the dictaphone and all that. What is the purpose? Purpose is that we go on hearing, reading, hearing, chanting, and then we get our purification. So in this way, Krishna comes from the spiritual world. He comes, as per Bhagavad Gita is saying externally, I come to give satisfaction to sadhus. Again, it is external. I come to annihilate the demons. That's also external. Then he comes, says, I come to re-establish religion. That also is external. But the real purpose of the internal reason is this. And then Krishna, the Lord, he comes with parents, without parents. And now we are seeing that he appeared 5,000 plus years ago. But no, just 500 years ago again, some Leelas happened. Srimati Radharani's Nupur got lost, or the Goswamis are sitting under the tree and Krishna is standing there with bow and arrow because one tiger was passing by, or Srimati Radharani is holding her pallu over the head of one of the Goswamis so that the sun doesn't affect him and his writings don't get affected. So they're still happening. Then that Kirchod Gopinath pastime, Lord is feeling so much heat of the body. Please apply some sandal paste to me. And then to have some very, mischievous, naughty pastimes, he has created one character known as Abhimanyu. Everyone in the spiritual world knows that Krishna's eternal consort is Srimati Radharani. But here in Vrindavan, he created a role play of Abhimanyu. Oh, be Radharani's husband. So through his Sannidhi Shakti, he has all these pure devotees. There is Yashodananda Maharaj, even in spiritual world, even though he is not born in spiritual world, but still he has got Yashoda and Nanda Maharaj in spiritual world. One mischievous pastime I just heard today evening. Bhakti Purushottam Maharaj told that the marriage of Abhimanyu and Srimati Radharani is over, gets over. Then Abhimanyu comes to visit Nanda Palace. So since he has come, so Yashoda is getting some jewelry and saris and all those gifts packed for Abhimanyu to take home for his Radharani. The Yashoda is very attached to Radharani. She knows. She actually requests Jatila and Kutila, please can you send her for some time to cook in my palace, because only if she cooks then Krishna will eat, others will not eat. So there was some truth. So she was very much fond of Srimati Radharani. So she wanted to give very nice gifts to her. And Abhimanyu was coming. So then Krishna, he sees a mother packing the trunk, a trunk-like box. Then he asks very innocently, what is this, Maya? You're packing so many things in this. No, Abhimanyu is coming. No. So that's why I have to send her very nice gifts and all that. So then Krishna thinks, now what to do? So while she's doing the packing, one goldsmith comes to the house. So that maid servant comes and tells Yashoda that goldsmith has come and he wants to meet you and hand over some jewelry to you. So she goes away. The trunk is half filled, open. Then Krishna immediately calls his sakhas, come quickly. What's it? You empty this entire trunk. So they empty the entire trunk. Krishna goes into the trunk. He hides into the trunk and they lock the trunk, the box. And they go away, the sakhas. So then Radharani comes and she says, trunk is locked, okay. Then Abhimanyu comes and she's saying in a very pleasing manner, oh, she's so nice and this and that. So this is a small gift for him, for her. You please take it. And you personally take it and give to her. So when Abhimanyu lifts the trunk, oh, it's become so heavy. He's very delighted. Wow, Yashoda Maya, she's so nice. Oh, should have given so many ornaments and dresses and jewelry and all that. Really, I will do something. Maybe I'll sell off some of the jewelry. I may not need all of that. I can make some money. Then I'll get some more cows, and then I'll become a rich person, more rich. So he carries that trunk on his head personally. Then he goes to Yavat. That's his mother's place. And then he comes and whoosh, he puts the trunk down. Oh, so heavy it is. But still, the internal happiness is there that so much heavy gift has been given by Yashoda. Then when he puts that trunk outside, then Jatila Kutila come and they say, oh, such a big trunk she has given, very nice. And then Abhimanyu says, okay, you please keep the trunk inside. I have to go because it's time for me to go grazing the cows. And this mother and Jatila Kutila, they try to lift the trunk. Oh, it's so heavy. No, not possible. You only put it in her room. So Abhimanyu again lifts the trunk. He takes the trunk into her room and puts it there and he goes away. Then some of the these personal gopis, Ashta gopis, they all surround the trunk and they tell to Radharani, see, Yashoda Maya, she sent some very heavy gift for you. Your husband was struggling to bring it upstairs to your room. So you better open quickly and see what's inside. So they didn't want to open it because, there's some etiquettes there. So then Srimati Radharani opens the trunk and out bounces Krishna. And then they have a little amorous pastime there in that room. So in all of these leelas, when we understand them in the proper perspective, then it's a real relishing. But the whole point is this: Evam yo veti tattvataha. Not like in a challenging mood or in a very envious mood. We can't understand all these pastimes. So purification has to happen first. How does purification happen? That when we come to Bhakti Yoga, when we start with Bhakti Yoga. So Prabhupada has laid down. Yesterday, day before, I think Guru Maharaj, he was telling that when he was a Bhakta, he asked some things about, something about who is Srimati Radharani or something like that. Prabhupada chastised Guru Maharaj. Who are you to ask about Radharani? So Prabhupada, so Guru Maharaj sat quiet. Oh, maybe I asked the wrong question. I should not ask such a heavy question. He just asked who is Srimati Radharani. And he was a Bhakta then. And Prabhupada chastised him. Who are you to ask about her? So this is how Acharya reveals. That's why they say, no, that you want to read Shastra, the Shastra has to be read through the eyes of the Acharyas. Chakshur. Not that any Tom, Harry, Dick will sit and write and then we read and we'll get Krishna Prema. No. Prabhupada said in quite few many places, these purports what I have written, they are my devotional ecstasies. So what devotional ecstasies Prabhupada experienced, and if we read that in Tattvataha and understand that and follow that, we'll also be on the same platform. Isn't it? So these are some of the leelas, which happen. It's not that they're happening then, they're not happening now. They're still happening now. But we need to have the eyes to see. We need to understand by hearing from authorized source. That's what Prabhupada says, even though you're going to Vrindavan doesn't mean that you will always be immersed in understanding what is the Dham. We can, provided we are following the footsteps. When Prabhupada went with Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur to Vrindavan, so many of the yatris, they said, oh, let's go and visit all these holy places. But Prabhupada stayed back and he started, and he was hearing the Katha classes of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur. He didn't want to go with other yatris and see all those holy places. Just like we have some devotees, no? They go to one holy dham on a yatra, they want to do that paisa vasool. They want to see each and everything, every place. I've been going to Vrindavan the last 20 years, every year. Though last 5, 6, 7 years I have not been regular. But I was not insistent on moving around with the devotee in ISKCON Govardhan. We used to go to visit some places, but I used to hear mostly the pastimes. So hearing will bring us closer to Krishna. Will make us understand the vibration in the holy dham. So Krishna consciousness is not just 2 words, Krishna consciousness. Prabhupada chose these 2 words very super way. There are some other suggestions, God consciousness and all that were there. But Prabhupada says, no, Krishna consciousness. And then we understand that following the steps of the Sad Goswamis, how they revealed the Dham. Sri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale. So this Chaitanya Manobhishtam, they understood, they were trying to understand what is there in the mind of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. They're trying to please that, please him. So similarly, we also have to do that. Prabhupada Manobhishtam, Guru's Manobhishtam. Therein lies the secret success in spiritual life. So in this way, we have been given this nice prasadam thali with all the ingredients. We have to just mix one or two here and get the most taste and nourish it, chew it to get the nourishment. And that nourishment will give us the energy. So just like one devotee, we have one devotee here in Bangalore, Hamsa Avatar. He was telling me once that how he was going on a Govardhan Parikrama alone. Then on the way near the Govind Kund, he met Sachidanand Maharaj. The Maharaj asked him, "So what are you doing?" He said, "Maharaj, I am doing Parikrama of Govardhan alone." Prabhupada says, nobody does Parikrama of Govardhan alone. Nobody is alone, he said. But he said, I am just one person here. Then Maharaj said, no, actually, along with each person, Swayam Giriraj accompanies that person. What for? To find out with what mindset, with what intention, what sankalpa this person is having, who is doing this parikrama. He is trying to find out and see how he can fulfill the desires of this person who is doing parikrama. So Maharaj said, don't ever think that you are doing Govardhan Parikrama alone. Giriraj is with you. Giriraj Maharaj. Just see. So, when you go to a dham, it's not safer side to be alone. But we also have to be careful in this way. With what desires, what mental balance, mental platform we are going to the dham. So this whole process of Krishna consciousness, this Leela is happening, it's a big blessing boon for the material world. Krishna is doing his Janma Leela only in this material world. This does not happen in the spiritual world. The Janmashtami festival. There is something which there is no Balya Leela, there is no Pauganda Leela in the spiritual world. It is only happening here. Because Krishna is always 16 there. So if there is a time, I can tell one more pastime.
Yes, Prabhu, please go ahead.
This again is about a very nice pastime where Krishna is proving his point. So one time he tells Radharani, you are very great. You are so great. You are greater than Yashoda. Then she tells, oh, don't throw like that on me, these things. Who am I? Oh, Yashoda, she is such a reverend mother. She is your mother. She is my mother. She is such an exalted devotee. What you are trying to say that I am greater than her? I am not greater than her. She is our mother. We respect her for being a mother. But Krishna says, see, I'll prove the point that you are greater than her. So one day Krishna, he comes back from grazing the cows and he asks for food and changes clothes, dress, food, and he says, I'm very hungry and I'm tired. Maya, you give me something to eat, I'll go off to sleep. So she puts him into bed personally. And then in the courtyard, in the evening time around that, Srimati Radharani, she comes with some of the Sakhis and Gopas. And she is doing some They are playing in the courtyard, in the veranda. Then in that crowd, one other devotee, one other person comes there, is manifested there. You know who? A look-alike Krishna. Ditto Krishna. So they are all jumping, skipping and playing and all that. Then Yashoda is saying, oh, I just put Krishna to sleep there. Again he's come back, he was playing. Okay, let him play. So they are playing and then it's time to go home. So Srimati Radharani, she holds the hand of that second Krishna and starts taking him away. Yashoda says, hey, where you are taking him? Then Radharani says, who? No, he's my Krishna, no? Where you are taking him? It's getting dark, all of you go home. I have to put him to bed. I don't know why he came back. No, Maya, he is not your Krishna. He is my Krishna. I brought him for playing. Then Yashoda is looking starry-eyed. What? See, Radharani, Radhe, don't do all this mischief. You leave him here and you go. No, Maya, I brought him. He's not your Krishna. Your Krishna may be there. He's lying. No, he came to play with you. No, I brought him. So there is some altercation. Then Radharani is telling Yashoda, you know your Krishna, how much truth he speaks. This black color, you know, never believe black color. They never speak the truth. Black is never to be trusted. Then Srimati Radharani says, okay, you want to see that this is my Krishna, not your Krishna. Okay. So then they go inside and see. There is no Krishna there. Krishna is not there in the bed. Radharani, Yashoda sees that Krishna is not there in the bed. Yashoda comes and says, he's not there, he's my Krishna. Then Radharani says, no, I brought my Krishna. Then Yashoda folds hands to Radharani. Please, please, you give back my Krishna. I only got only one son. You please don't try to fool around with me. You please show mercy on me. This is my Krishna. You please, I beg you. And you know what Yashoda does? She folds hands to Radharani and says, please give back my Krishna. Don't take him away. And Radharani says, what are you doing, Maya? You're so elderly to me. Why are you paying obeisance to me? I have done nothing. Please come and see. Krishna will be there. Yashoda is saying, I just went there and saw he's not there. So he's my Krishna. Then Radharani, then this Krishna, Yashoda, they all go again to the bedroom to see. And there they see Krishna is peacefully sleeping there. Yashoda is saying, oh my gosh, this guy is too much here. I just saw him, he's not there. And I think he is Krishna. And I see he's already now there sleeping. So Radharani says, now you understood? This is my Krishna, not your Krishna. Yes, yes, you take him away, please. And hardly she is able to go out, then this real Krishna, he wakes up and cuts her off, her path. I told you now, one day I'll prove to you that I'll make Yashoda say that you are greater than Yashoda. See how she has, I made her a little humble. So these are very, mischievous pastimes. It is to bring out the rasa. Actually, I told in a very soft way, in a very lighter way, but Yashoda was really begging from Radharani. No, he's my life and soul. I don't have anybody else. My whole purpose, he's my whole purpose of life. After so many years, I got such a son, and you are saying you'll take him away. No, you can't do, you please. And she's folding hands, paying obeisance to Radharani. So, when we hear these pastimes, when our love for Krishna should multiply manifold, The attraction for Krishna becomes more. We just can't read them like a storybook. Why Prabhupada after first canto he wrote 10th canto? Why was in a hurry to write 10th canto Bhagavatam, 10th canto Krishna book after the first canto? He wanted to give the real essence of Bhagavatam. First canto, he said, I put all my devotional ecstasy in first canto. And 10th canto, he wanted to give to the whole world what is all Krishna Leela about, Krishna consciousness. So he was not sure whether he'll be able to do all the Bhagavatam cantos. So such a compassionate soul, where we can get? Jodi Prabhupada no hoite, tobe ki hoite. Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he had a great desire. Oh, if only I can get a pure devotee to do all this spreading of Krishna consciousness, would be so nice. Then he got one devotee, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Then Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he did what he could do. And then he desired, oh, if somebody could, I could get and spread this to the Western world. He desired intensely. And Prabhupada came. And now Prabhupada is giving the baton. He has given it to others. And those who are there, they have to give to the next. So that's why this is how, we spread this Krishna consciousness. That's why all this, what Prabhupada has given us, he has, very wonderfully given us on a platter. Just take it. So this is how I understand Krishna consciousness is not just trying to understand it in such a way that I make it like my, side life, side business, or it's just that I have to be anyway Krishna conscious. No, we have to make it our main streamline. So many times I see people, devotees, in fact devotees, why people in general, devotees asking, Guru Maharaj, how to balance material life and spiritual life, They keep asking the same questions again and again. What is meaning of material life and what is spiritual life? How can there be two lives? When you become Krishna consciousness, that's it. You may face certain complexities, but you can't say that is material life, this is spiritual life, and I have to divide myself by two. Krishna consciousness has to be a way of life. Today's morning also, I think around afternoon, Bhan Maharaj gave our glorification of Bhagavatam. Such a nice class he gave. If you can watch on YouTube later, how Bhagavatam is glorified. He's saying how some read Bhagavatam. He's saying Bhagavatam is like Mohini avatar. Bhagavatam, Mohini avatar. She's so beautiful. And then she goes to the Asuras because they have snatched from Amrita. And they are so bewildered by her beauty that they simply hand over the Amrita to her. Amrit. And then what she does? She takes the Amrit and distributes it to the Devatas, the devotees. So Maharaj is saying, this is Bhagavatam. Bhagavatam cannot be appreciated by Asuras. Those are envious, those who are materialistic, those who are sinful. They can't understand. Bhagavatam is only available for devotees. But if they follow a process of Krishna consciousness, Bhakti Yoga, then Bhagavatam can be revealed. Very nice class that, if you can see that on YouTube. I think I sent it to the Bhakti Riksha forum. So you just understand how much in-depth is there about our Krishna consciousness. It's simply wonderful. Hare Krishna. Is that enough for the Sunday program?
Thank you so much, Sudhir Prabhu. Definitely, it was very enlightening for all of us. We have about 34 devotees on the channel, Prabhu. If somebody has questions, you can
I
actually take
can't hear you. You're very soft.
Oh, am I very soft? You're not able to hear now?
You're quite soft. I don't know how loud I am, but
Is it equally bad, Gaurav Prabhu? Am I actually very soft?
Prabhuji, we are able to hear you both.
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you clearly.
Both of you, yeah.
Okay. Okay. Maybe Sudhir Prabhu, because you have a phone connection, probably it might be like that. I was just telling, thank you for the enlightening class. We have about 35 devotees on the channel, Prabhu. If you can actually spend some more time actually answering their questions, that will be very useful, Prabhu.
okay, the class I ended now. And if they want to raise any queries, they can do that.
Okay. Gaurav Prabhu, you want to actually moderate, ask people who wants to actually ask questions. You could actually allow them to ask questions to Sudhir Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu. So Hare Krishna devotees, if any one of you have any queries for His Grace Sudhir Chetan Prabhuji, please raise it. You can unmute yourself and you can ask, and maybe I will repeat.
Pora, Rayana, Kodaka, Pranti Golopura.
Hare Krishna.
Rupa, you have been preaching so long there, you would not have left any stone unturned.
No, Prabhu, no, Prabhu. This is nectar. So what I give is the basics, Prabhu. Because of all your blessings only we are able to do something. We have very good devotee community out here.
Yeah, I heard quite good glories about this Bhakti Center. But of late I hear that you have become quite durlabha. Where are you expanding yourself next then?
Have to see, Prabhu. Still, actually, there are a lot of places still there in this area which is still not covered. We still actually trying to do something, Prabhu. Because COVID, have to see how to do it. We are also planning to actually build a temple. Tancha Prabhu is actually leading that effort. Because of this COVID, everything is actually come to a standstill right now. But we are very fortunate that you came. Someday, actually, if you come in person, Prabhu, for our center, we'll be more than happy to actually host you.
That depends when you want to have a program in the center.
Sure, I will work it out, Prabhu. We'll see. I mean, hopefully, I don't know when that whole thing will open up. We'll definitely actually find some time, and then Krishna willing, we will definitely have you, Prabhu. Okay, if nobody else has a question, I had a question, Prabhu.
Even Prabhu, I am having one question.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Gaurav Prabhu.
I wanted to understand, so like pure devotees, we have seen that they are also present with us as well, and they are also part of a spiritual world. Even though like we understand that a spiritual world is basically Golok Vrindavan, so how that is possible that simultaneously they are present at two places? They are in Leelas of Krishna, or maybe in Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and also with us. So how that is basically manifested, if you can shed some light on it.
I read this and heard this before. Like the Devatas, they can expand themselves in 7 different places simultaneously. So the same applies with Lord, who is unlimited, that he can be everywhere and still nowhere. So when the Lord comes, descends, then he brings along with him the entourage. That includes the devatas, the devotees, pure devotees, associates, eternal associates, and some fresh cases also who have qualified. And he also involves those who have qualified in this material world also to be part of this Leela. So it is not a wonder that a devotee, pure devotee, he has to be in only one place. There may be some specific instances where a devotee is only in one place for the pleasure of the Lord. But if you talk of pure devotees like Hanuman and others, they can manifest in different places simultaneously. When you speak of acharyas, yes, they come because they are Shakti Veshavatars, they are accepted as, and they come for a specific purpose, specific time, specific place, and they do their preaching assignments, leelas, and then they go back to the next place. Sometimes we have heard that how Prabhupada, even after he left this planet, he still came and he rescued some of his devotees. He took back some of his devotees who left the body. There are 2-3 instances I know of. Just like that first French sannyasi, Parthaputra Swami, right, Kripa?
Pitaputra Swami.
He was the first French sannyasi of Prabhupada.
Yeah.
He translated books into French, he distributed it, he built temples, he did everything, and he was a sannyasi. But somehow after Prabhupada's disappearance, he left the society. And then toward his end of the days, he contracted, he got into health issues like cancer. And he was admitted in a hospital there in that local place. And some devotees, they got to know that he's there and they went there and they used to give him association every day, read Bhagavatam, chant and all that. And then one day, this devotee, he was lying on his bed. He just got up from the bed and opposite was the door. He said, Prabhupada, you have come, Haribo. He left. He left his body. So acharyas are like that, They may be there in some other planet, but then they see that in this planet, oh, some of my disciples, I need to rescue them and I need them also for the next assignment. Then that other story about the Siberia camp, prison, one Mataji, she was being tortured by this Siberian Interpol, whatever you call them, police and all that, to such an extent that they tied her to a chair and they brought one witch lady to put some ghosts inside her. Just imagine. And what was she doing? She was distributing Bhagavad Gita on the streets. And then this lady came, the witch lady came, and she was doing all her mantras on this Mataji. And this Mataji, she's tied to the chair. And she's chanting only one mantra. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Shimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namani Namaste Saraswati Deve Gaurvani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschati Deshadarini. She's going on repeating this mantra. And this witchcraft lady, she's trying to put, the bhutas into her body. Then suddenly she looks up above the head of this lady. And she gets very terrified, this witchcraft lady. And after some time, she tells those police guys, I can't do it. Now, why? Now, can't you see? There's one old man above her head. And he's pointing a finger at me with so much anger and telling me to get lost, get out. Who is that old man? With the finger pointing at this witchcraft. Get out. Go away. Don't come here. She ran away, that witchcraft lady. She said, I can't put any bhuta in this lady. That old man is sitting on the top of her head and threatening me. She ran away. So, being simultaneously in some place, it depends on what is the need of the circumstances. But I see that those who are actually liberated souls and are pure devotees, they can be there simultaneously in quite few many places. So does that answer your question?
Yes, Prabhu. Thank you.
Okay.
Yes.
Anything you want to add, Krupa?
Sudhir Prabhu, Hare Krishna.
Yes, Arun Prabhu.
Sudhir Prabhu, Hare Krishna to you. I have a question now about the Acharyas. So we rely on the association of devotees to keep our Krishna conscious energy up. Right? For example, I was telling one devotee today morning that this online thing, so Sunday now we have class, so the energy is high. Then by Wednesday, the energy keeps dropping down. By Friday, I don't feel like chanting. So unfortunately, because we associate with Maya for almost most of the day, 1 or 2 hours we are doing Krishna. I'm talking about myself here, practically speaking. But when I look at our great Acharya Srila Prabhupada, when he associated with Guru Maharaj only 2 times. And then at that time, there were not so many books or YouTube lectures or videos. And he traveled alone to the US. And he was staying in an apartment. Not many association devotees, not even a phone call to anybody. So, of course, he's a pure devotee. Is there anything that, apart from, now that the association has become a challenge, is there anything that Srila Prabhupada did to keep his Krishna conscious energy up? Is there something we can learn from that?
See, a pure devotee is always under Daivim Prakritim Ashritaha, under the shelter of the divine energy of the Lord. Never for a moment Prabhupada says, I forgot Krishna. And Prabhupada also said, never for a moment I was away from my Guru Maharaj. My Guru Maharaj was always besides me. What is this consciousness? This is Guru consciousness. So if your Guru is from the spiritual world and you are so conscious about your spiritual master, then you are in the spiritual world. They say, no, why pure devotees need to go to Vrindavan? Well, they did not have to go to Vrindavan to be purified or to be pure. Their Vrindavan is in their heart. They are carrying Vrindavan in their heart. I remember one instance, one devotee, Bhakta, he wanted to take initiation from a particular spiritual master. And the spiritual master then this devotee was residing in Vrindavan. Then the spiritual master was residing in some other place. So he requested the spiritual master, please, when you come to Vrindavan, I'll get initiated. Can you come? When you can come? So what do you think of this? Isn't it a little bit of immaturity? He had this understanding that Vrindavan is so pure place that if I get initiated in Vrindavan by the spiritual master, then it will be a very purified ceremony. But he forgot the main point, that wherever the spiritual master is sitting, that is Vrindavan. Have you seen that movie, The Hare Krishna?
Yes, Prabhu. Yes. Yeah.
In that, he is in New York. And that time was the snowing season. And all the houses are covered with snow. And Prabhupada thought that somebody has whitewashed these buildings. And then you see one strip there which says, Prabhupada is saying, I was loitering in the streets of New York like a vagabond. Did he lose his consciousness? Even though he was stating externally? No. When he arrived in Boston, he is saying, my dear Lord Krishna, seeing all these big buildings, Who will hear the words of an old man? How can I convince this so materialistic people about the science about your Krishna consciousness? But I have complete faith on your holy name, the strength of your holy name. So one should have this one conviction. This conviction that holy name will deliver everybody and everything. So that's why pure devotees, wherever they go, that is spiritual place. What is the meaning of Uttam Adhikari? Uttam Adhikari means that just by seeing him will make others chant Hare Krishna. That's the one single definition of Uttam Adhikari. A very important definition. Other definitions are there about Uttam Adhikari. So that is Prabhupada. So how you think that only this externals, we need all these externals. What you said is very correct. Sunday you have a class, then you are in high pitch, and Monday still is there, and it started waning. Wednesday, Thursday. We were told like this when we were doing Bhakti Riksha in Bangalore in the 1990s, that you have a Bhakti Riksha program in the weekdays. When the consciousness is going down, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, have a Bhakti Riksha. Don't have it just on Saturdays. So that, members again get pepped up. Then again that goes charging, and then again Sunday we have a program. It is quite natural that because we are associating with this material nature, which is only ignorance, nothing else. But when we come under the shelter of Daivim Prakritim, Ashritaha, Yoga Maya, Atma Maya, then we are there. So that comes through sadhana. So pure devotees, they don't come here like we come here. We come here by the force of guna and karma. They don't come like this, like us. They are sent by the Lord. Prabhupada, I think one time mentioned in Mayapur, I didn't want to come to this material world. I told Krishna, oh, it's too difficult. Who will take all those austerities and tapasya and troubles? I don't want to come. But Prabhupada said, Krishna told me, don't worry, I'll make all arrangements for you. You just sit and write books and publish them. And then one time in Mayapur again, he's sitting at this table with his two hands on his head. And his disciple comes and asks, Prabhupada, are you feeling headache? Shall I give you some treatment, medicine? Then Prabhupada says, what you know, what it means to organize a worldwide society. What headache? So he also had a headache. He also struggled. Same refrigerator, there is beef and meat in that refrigerator, and he was also keeping his aloo potatoes there in that same refrigerator. But his consciousness never went for a toss. So the point to understand is, material world is a struggle for existence. This is a lesson for us. Not that Prabhupada struggled, so it looks like a struggle. Externally, it looked like a struggle. But this is a lesson for us to understand. Nothing comes easy, man. Prabhu, nothing comes easy. We have to struggle. You want to establish Krishna consciousness? You want to establish yourself in Krishna consciousness? Struggle. Initially, there is a struggle.
Yes, Prabhu.
Maya will not leave us alone. She is not going to spare us.
I read somewhere that we are struggling to chant imitatively.
That again depends on the levels of guna and karma one is born in, comes with.
Yes.
It's a package deal we have. Our whole body, Prahlad Maharaj says, like a package program. Already it is packed up. The sukha, dukha is everything packed up in our body. What we are entitled to. But what Prabhupada said in specific is, never there was a moment So that's the status of Mukta Jiva, right? But we have to endeavor. We have to endeavor. But yes, there is an assurance end of that we will be. Prabhupada somewhere he says, you catch my dhoti, I'll take you back. So Krishna we may know, we may not know. But certainly Acharya and Guru we have to know. We have to struggle to understand how we can please him. That endeavor we have to do. Where he is a living person. Is that good enough?
Yes, Prabhu, thank you very much.
Prabhu, I had a question, Prabhu.
Somebody sent a... How do we understand that when an activity is done, it is done by the soul's free will or Lord's will? We have a tendency to feel that everything is Lord's will and we don't make conscious effort to improve upon. It's so convenient, you know, this philosophy. Oh, this is my inspiration. I got inspiration from within and I need to do it. But my dear sir, that inspiration is coming from the crooked mind or from the heart. How do you know? You want to do your own introspection? Please find out from your neighbor, Prabhu, that the thinking what you're having is coming from the soul's will or from the heart or from the contaminated mind. So easily we use this reference saying that, oh, I got an inspiration from within. That inspiration, if it is there from within, it is as per Krishna's will. Krishna's will means it is as per his program. And if there is some deviations from that program, that means we are going out of way. How do you explain this? So what program we have been given, if we follow in those footsteps correctly, then yes, Krishna would be inspiring us. But when we see that the desired result, Prabhupada uses these words, the desired result. If the desired result is not attained, then somewhere we are wrong. So that's why you have to understand these two aspects. One is the philosophy, the second is application. We may be knowing so much philosophy, but we may fail miserably in application. That time who want to put the blame on? Shastras, Guru, Acharya, Sadhu? Whom want to blame? Just blame yourself, Prabhu, nobody else. There was this big deviation in Bangalore on that hilltop. He formed his own philosophy because he got misled by some persons. And he thought Prabhupada's instruction was this only. This is how Prabhupada wanted this society to go ahead, forward. But due course of time, he was isolated. He was isolated from the whole world, from the whole society. Now he is understanding after spending so much time, energy, money and all that. Oh, now I need to come back to the fold. So therefore, even though I get some inspiration, better have a cross-check. This is very important for us. Yeah. Otherwise, it look like that I'll be going on getting, I may be thinking that I'm doing Krishna consciousness, but happily I'll be walking into Maya. So that's why this guidance is very much needed. Initially, I'm ready to do this program. Prabhu, you think it's okay? And then, due course of time, you are set for doing that.
Thanks, Prabhu.
Okay, so consulting, taking advice is very important in our life. That's why we need a guru. We don't know. First is mercy, compassion, sukriti, where we are all sukriti hina. And then when we want to do some things, we need to consult. Right?
Yes, Prabhu. Thanks, Prabhu. Thanks for the clarification. This is Saravana.
Yes, Ritu. I have a question. This is more to do with the yatras that we actually conduct, right? I know when we go to Vrindavan and places like Mathura or Govardhan, we see a lot of pastime places there. What do you suggest, Prabhu? Always is normally people prefer to go with their own family. Is that recommended, or they should actually go with devotees of the Lord to actually hear and see the places?
See, my point is that when we go to holy place, don't go alone. Never go alone. Or you go there and have some local devotees guiding you, taking you to the places. See, our mind is so mandabuddhi. If you are not relishing the pastimes, you'll think Krishna sat there, stood there, drank there, did something here, something there. After some time, they say, oh, all pastimes are same, Baba. What is there? So going to so many places. The mind will trick us like that. So that is why when we go to a holy place, we need to know who is there in the holy place from whom we can hear. I have experienced this. More than going to the place, first you hear about that place and then you go to that place. Then you release that place. If I see one kunda of water, I see others putting prokshan on, they are doing. I'll also take some water, put on my head, see the water, kunda, and come back. But if you don't know what is the kunda all about, then for me it's just water. But if you hear about the pastimes of that kunda and then you go there, then your consciousness is much better. So both things can happen simultaneously. Visiting the holy place and hearing about the holy place. Prabhu, I got only 3 days, 2.5 at the most, 3 days time. I need to go to Dauji to Kamyavan. Then from Yavat to Chandra Sarovar. I have to cover all these places. Then what will happen? Simply like Trinavarta or whirlwind. Whirlwind tour it will become. Then what is the satisfaction? Prabhu, nani alla nodbididene. Nothing I left. Actually, the secret is leave something for your next trip. Don't see everything in one shot. Then you start thinking, oh, Vindavana, ella nodaitbidi. Next, which is the next dham, Prabhu? Dwarka na. Okay, let's go to Dwarka. Vrindavan, I finished with Vrindavan. What will finish with Vrindavan here? Can we finish with Vrindavan? So this is the understanding. Go, but with these things in mind. See the place, Govind Kund. It's Lord's personally Abhishek Charnamata, that is. Airavat, Surabhi, and all those demigods, they came after that. And they all did Abhishek to Kanha, Krishna. And that formation is Govind Kund. If I don't know that pastime, and then I go and see all this greenery on the water and I taste it, it's very salty. Why? What is this water about? They're calling Govind Kund. What did Govinda do here? But when you hear the Leela, then you get a different consciousness. Again, I'm saying the whole same thing. Consciousness is the missing link. And it's again consciousness, which is this connecting link. If we go with the missing link, then the holy dham is just pigs and thorns and dust and all those other things. But we go with the connecting link, then we feel, oh, it's so blissful. I remember 1980s, first time I went to Vrindavan. And we arrived afternoon, I think it was Kartik time, but still it was hot. When we arrived, it rained so heavily. Then the guest house, they had given us nice room. We stayed there, had khichdi and slept. And it was so cool, so refreshing. My mother said, wow, this is Vrindavan. Now we are feeling Vrindavan. And then we took local Brajavasi, went to Govardhan and all those places. And I had read in Krishna book that Prabhupada said that you don't go and get the Govardhan Shila. If a Brajavasi gives the Govardhan Shila to you, then you accept it. I just thought like that, oh, we are doing circumventing Govardhan, but we are doing it in a vehicle first time. So I just thought, oh, Govardhan Giriraj, if I can get a Shila. Then the driver, he stopped the car immediately. He looked and said, "Aapko Shila chahiye kya? Main laake deta hu. You want on Govardhan Shila, I'll get you." I was really surprised, I just thought in my mind. So from that day onwards, I'm doing simple Abhishek to the Govardhan Shila. Then I met Asit Krishna, then Narayan Maharaj, our Narayan Maharaj. And we slowly used to take the two-wheeler and you could go all the places. We went right up to Rajasthan, Kamyavan, went to Dauji, went to that Shani Mandir. I heard all the pastimes from him.
I remember the time we went to Suryakund, Prabhu.
Huh?
We went to Suryakund one time. You, me, Asit, Raj, all of us.
Yeah.
It was nice.
Hello?
Yes, Prabhu. Able to hear?
Yeah.
So I was just telling that we went to Suryakund also that time when Asit Maharaj came. We all actually went there. So it's better to actually go with a devotee than just our own family.
Yeah, you'd plan out the trip. Because the local devotees will be busy with something. So we have to ask them, Prabhu, can you give some time? Sometimes I tell Asit Maharaj, if you give some time, I'll come to Vrindavan. Otherwise, I'll come and you'll be busy with some other things. Then how come, what I'll do, sit there? How many rounds I can chant, looking at Govardhan? Then he will say, okay, you come this date to this date, I'll be free, I'll make myself free. Then we go off. That way I'm fortunate, one way.
Thank you, Prabhu. I think we're almost
One
on
moment,
top.
let me reboot myself.
Okay. Gaurav Prabhu, we are almost on top of the hour, right? It's already 6:30.
Yes, Prabhu. So we'll now have basically Kirtan after this.
Yeah, just hold on. Let Sudhir Prabhu come back, let him join. We'll thank him, and after that, you can actually take over to the Kirtan part.
Okay, Prabhu.
That was nice, right? I mean, very, very. He actually stayed. He stayed with Asit Maharaj in Govardhan for quite some time. So he's well known. He knows a lot of pastimes of the Lord. Yes, Prabhu, you're back, Sudhir Prabhu.
Yeah, I'm back. Now I'm able to hear better.
Oh, okay, very nice, very nice. Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you for joining. And then, if nobody has any other questions, anybody has any questions?
Chat, there's one big question somebody put. Oh, it's all deleted. Huh? Somebody wrote a little long essay type question or something.
Another question, Prabhu. He was actually telling, he was trying to actually say that yes, taking guidance from spiritual authority is always better than thinking that whatever we are doing is Krishna conscious activity.
Yeah, consultancy is so much needed that see, the whole point is after coming to Krishna consciousness, we have to be fearful of one thing, Maya, deviations. We can't be confident in this, with this, that I'll not get deviated. Even sometimes I read somebody gave a lecture, even pure devotees, they are having some little apprehensions when they come to material world, getting deviated. Why pure devotees? Even Krishna thinks his pure devotees can get deviated. I said, that's why he said, Parikshit Maharaj, chalo chalo sabhi, jaldi wapas aa jao. Come back soon, don't stay here longer. So we have to be little fearful about Maya, deviations. And now since we have come already a bit far, there's no point in sitting there doing nothing or going back. We have to go forward.
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay, nice questions your devotees have, huh?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's a very nice set of devotees we have in the congregation, Prabhu. We are very happy to actually host you. Thank you for taking time and then addressing all of us. We look forward to more sessions like this, Sudhir Prabhu. Yeah, thank you so much, Prabhu. We couldn't actually give you any garland or anything and then felicitate you, but then we are very happy that you joined us. Thank you so much.
Give me a garland of Krishna consciousness, so to say, that last 1.5 hours I have been trying to meditate upon Krishna as much as possible to give the best.
Yes. Thank you, Prabhu.
Thanks,
Jai,
Prabhu.
Hare Bol. Hare Krishna, everybody. Thank you for patiently listening. And whatever my understanding was there, I could give to you. Hopefully that will help you in some way. But you also helped me now to make me remember Krishna for the last nearly 100 minutes. So I could also be of some service to you. Hopefully we meet soon.
Yes,
But
Prabhu.
till then, stay home, stay secured, stay safe. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much,
Thank you,
Prabhu.
Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Thank you.
Hare Bol.
Gaurav Prabhu, over to you for the remainder of the program.
Yes. So, Savnan Prabhu, you and Arun Srinivasan Prabhu, I think you all will be now having the Kirtan jointly, right? So, Arun Prabhu, you there?
Yes, Prabhu, I am here. We also
Prabhu,
have,
I'm also there.
Yeah, so you can switch on your camera as well, Prabhu.
we also have Parabrahma Prabhu.
Yes.
Parabrahma Prabhu, do you want to lead the Kirtan?
Hare Krishna.
Parabrahma Prabhu, you can
Yes,
unmute.
Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu. I am unmuted. Okay, we'll start now.
Yes, Prabhu.
So I am in the farm. In between some dog barking will be there. Please forgive me.
Okay.
Okay. Very well.
And those all devotees who are singing, participating, I would request them, if possible, they can switch on their camera as well. I'll put them
Sure.
in a spotlight for some time.
Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine.
We have to sing.
Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine.
Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pasyatya Deshatarine.
Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Pashatya Desatarine.
Jaya Guru Deva, Jaya Guru Deva, Guru Deva, Jaya Guru Deva.
Jaya Guru Deva, Jaya Guru Deva, Guru Deva, Jaya Guru Deva.
Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada.
Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama,
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Hare Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Rama,
Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Hare Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Rama
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare
Hare Rama,
Rama,
Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Jaya Guru Deva, Jaya Guru Deva, Guru Deva, Jaya Guru Deva. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Hare Krishna, thank you very much. Hari Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur Premanandi.
Thanks, Prabhu. Thanks all the devotees. It was very difficult to basically collaborate over Zoom, but you all have done it in a short notice. So, Kripamay Prabhu, you want to say something for all their efforts?
This is really amazing. I've heard about Arunodaya Kirtan. Arunodaya Kirtan is actually the one which you actually do when Aruna comes, the evening Kirtan. Palabrahma Prabhu is in the middle of the night actually. I don't even know where actually he's like singing from. And then, but to see all of them together singing like this, it's really amazing, Prabhu. Next step is to think about how to actually have some more. We have to practice this more so that we can actually give this kind of concert in the festivals. We need to synchronize and practice it. Maybe 2-3 people should do it together, and you practice it, you can get it. That's what I feel. Very nice, bro. Thank you so much.
Parabrahma Prabhu was saying to me 2 days back, I miss singing for Krishna. So today somehow we got to sing. So Kripamay Prabhu, thank you for the seva. I think we should do more of this.
Yeah, you all the kirtaniyas practice in the Zoom, come up with a new way of actually synchronizing it properly so that it will sound very nice actually.
Yes, Prabhu, even
I am
different
thinking for.
we'll practice. Now we have a nice time to practice kirtans also. We'll start doing that.
Yeah,
Okay,
what I'm thinking, Prabhu, Radha Ashtami, we should have some Kirtan Rock Festival, something like that.
But you have to practice it. Don't do it without practicing properly.
Yes, Prabhu. Yeah. So,
Then it's better all of you invited to my farmhouse. We can do dance, kirtan, everything we can do here. All
Yeah,
the
nobody
facilities
knows
available.
who is there where.
So, you finalize the program, I will invite you.
Prabhu, you should actually switch on your camera. Otherwise, all the kids, high people got to start getting
No,
scared.
Camera is there, but I'm under a tree and it is dark here.
Prabhuji, we can see your teeth only.
Thank you so much, Prabhu. Thanks, Gaurav.
yeah. Thanks all the devotees. Yeah.
Okay,
Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thanks all the devotees. I'll end this now.